What are the ethical considerations of archaeological thermal infrared? When we think about archaeological thermal infrared, we might wonder what ethical considerations come into play. This non-invasive technique allows archaeologists to detect temperature differences on and below the ground. It reveals hidden archaeological features without disturbing the site. However, with this technology comes a set of responsibilities that must be respected. First, let's talk about non-destructive investigation and site preservation. Thermal infrared imaging helps archaeologists identify subsurface structures without the need for excavation. This is important because it helps preserve archaeological sites and cultural heritage for future generations. By using thermal imaging, researchers can avoid damaging fragile sites, especially those that are sacred to indigenous or descendant communities. Next, we must consider respect for indigenous and local communities. Anthropology emphasizes the importance of engaging with the people connected to archaeological sites. Ethical use of thermal infrared requires consultation with indigenous peoples and local stakeholders. This means obtaining permission before conducting surveys and sharing results in ways that honor community values and beliefs. Now, let's discuss data interpretation and cultural sensitivity. While thermal infrared images can show physical features, interpreting these findings requires understanding the cultural and historical context. Ethical practice involves being transparent about the limitations of thermal data. Researchers should avoid overinterpretation or misrepresentation of cultural significance. Integrating local knowledge and oral histories is essential to complement the findings from thermal imaging. Another important consideration is privacy and site security. Thermal infrared technology can reveal previously unknown archaeological sites. This raises ethical concerns about protecting sensitive information to prevent looting or vandalism. Researchers must balance the need for academic openness with the responsibility to safeguard vulnerable sites. Professional responsibility and standards are also key. Practitioners using thermal infrared in archaeology should follow ethical codes that emphasize stewardship and accountability. This includes thorough documentation, peer review, and responsible sharing of findings to prevent misuse of archaeological data. Lastly, we should consider the environmental impact. Although thermal infrared is non-invasive, researchers must ensure that their fieldwork does not harm ecosystems or landscapes associated with archaeological sites. In practical terms, thermal infrared imaging supports ethical archaeological practice by allowing detailed site analysis without excavation. It reduces physical impact and encourages collaborative research. This approach aligns with anthropology's focus on understanding human history while respecting cultural values and protecting heritage. So, when using archaeological thermal infrared, it is essential to balance technological capabilities with respect for cultural heritage and community engagement.